Welcome to Confident and Empowered, the Encourage Over Everything show, where we don't wait to be chosen. We choose ourselves. I'm Letitia Hopkins, your go to life, love, and empowerment coach, here to help you stop shrinking and start standing in your own power like the main character you are. Remember when you were little and people said you could be anything you want to be when you grow up? You believed them. You dreamed of being an astronaut, an artist, a dancer, even a CEO. And Barbie had an outfit and accessories for each and every one. Having you believe in, you were bound to make it happen. Nobody told you to tone it down. Nobody said your dream was too big. But then you grew up and suddenly the rules changed. Instead of you can be anything, it became be realistic and don't want too much. As women, we are told to check our dreams at the door and fit ourselves neatly into the classical roles: wife, mom, employee, caretaker, the good girl. And while those roles are beautiful, somewhere in the process, our biggest dreams got silenced. Well, friend, it is time to remix the script. It's time to honor those roles and level them up with the bold, audacious desires of your heart. You don't have to choose between anything, really. You get to do it all, to thrive in the etc. And today you are writing your own permission slip to stop settling and start believing in what's actually possible for you. You've been playing small long enough. It is time to speak life into your life. These aren't just your regular schmegular affirmations. They're your main character activations. Say it loud. I am the main character and I live it. Download your power affirmations in the show notes below. Hey, friend. Today we are talking about one of my favorite topics: dreams. Growing up, Barbie had us thinking we could do it all. Am I right? We could be CEO, Barbie by day, wife and mommy Barbie, fit in with our evening wear, and a cute little dog too. Did you have the sports car and the Barbie mansion too? Or did you have a friend who had all the gadgets and gadgets and you always brought your Barbies over to play with hers? Those were the days, honey. And then suddenly, somewhere along the way, you grew up and the rules changed. As women, we were expected to check our dreams at the door and trade them in for acceptable roles: the good wife, the good mom, the good employee, the good girl. Roles that are valuable, yes, but way too often defined by someone else's expectations instead of our own desires. The older you get, the more forced you are to pick and choose if you'll be career Barbie or the wifey, the partner, the mommy Barbie. And you better choose wisely because you'll be looked down upon if you choose wrong. There's this line of thinking that if you choose to have a career, you aren't going to be a good wife or a good mom. It's as if you are outcasted for being ambitious or wanting more for your life than just to be anything else. And if you choose to be a wife or a mom, you can't possibly have a career too, because how selfish of you to want anything else outside of raising a family. It's as if you have to choose one path and that's all you can do. Talk about lack and limited mindset. When you say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous, right? Well, friend, it is. And it's time for a remix. We are leveling up those classic roles with the bold desires of your heart. Because being a wife or a mom, a leader, being a woman, it doesn't have to mean shrinking, it can mean expanding. The true power of a woman is living in her beautiful authenticity. We hear the word so often that it's lost so much of its power, and you might even be wondering, what does it even mean anyway? Authenticity is living in your truth, whatever that may be for you now. Being a woman in all of the glorious roles that you fill doesn't have to mean abandoning yourself as a woman or as a person. You don't have to stop being you just because you've decided to fulfill some roles. It's truly an invitation to bring even more of you into the world. That's why we are ripping up that old, outdated script and writing a new one. Now, when you think about those classical roles of mom, wife, employee, business owner, caretaker, daughter, sister, friend, they are valuable and so lovely. Yet, they don't have to be limiting. You get to remix them. You get to bring your heart's desires into the mix. You are not just a mom. You are modeling what dreaming looks like. You are showing your daughter what's possible, and you're teaching your son what a whole, radiant woman looks like. You are not just an employee or a business owner. You are a powerhouse creating impact with your gifts. You are not limited to just being a wife. You are a partner who brings your whole radiant self to the table. The world doesn't need you smaller. The world needs you to be more of you. If you are currently fulfilling roles you dreamed of, does it feel like a dream come true? And if not, what would have to change in order for you to feel like you are living your dream come true? The ultimate goal is for you to feel like you are your whole vibrant self in each and every role you fulfill. You don't have to be minimized by anything. The key to having it all is having all the support you need to actually do it. And I have to be real with you, friend. Doing it all doesn't mean it has to be you doing it all. It can be you facilitating, delegating. When you allow yourself to be supported in the areas that don't light you up, it frees you up to do more of what you love and to be your best while you do it. So, if having a housekeeper or meal delivery service, a trainer, if there is support that helps you, do it. Create and nurture your own village. Some people are fortunate enough to have family and friends support them, and some people are fortunate enough to pay for the services that support them. So don't let anyone shame you in the various ways that support can show up and help you. This is the new narrative you get to claim about those classic roles of being a wife, a partner, a mom, a business owner, an employee, daughter, caretaker, all of these beautiful roles. And yet at the same time, they don't have to define or confine you. You get to remix them. You get to bring your boldest dreams and desires into the mix. You get to have your life and everything in it feel like you. This is the upgrade. This is the remix. Now, friend, we have to address the elephant in the room, why we shrink. So many women are unhappy because they've shrunken down to fit into someone else's idea of what a woman should be. If you listen to the last episode, you heard me say shoulds create suffering. This is a prime example of just that. The conditioning runs deep. We've been conditioned to believe in order to be accepted, to be loved or appreciated, we're only as good as the level of service we provide. Your service as a partner, a mom, whether you run a business or you are clocking in at the job every day, you name it. If you aren't serving, you're selfish. And we know we have to dispel this lie because society hands us a bunch of mixed messages. In childhood, the voice is telling you you can do anything. But in adulthood, the voice is saying, whoa, 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 don't get ahead of yourself. The mixed messages have women stuck in a cycle of wanting more, but feeling guilty or ashamed for it. It's as if wanting more makes you ungrateful. if you're blessed to be a wife or mom and that's your heart's desire. We are trained that failure must make us unworthy, and that tension is where settling is born. It's no wonder so many women shrink their dreams down until they fit inside a cute, safe little box. But here's the secret: that shrinking doesn't protect you. It doesn't make you more lovable or more worthy. It just makes you restless because you know deep down you were made for more. I've helped so many of my clients rediscover that is what's at the heart of what makes them feel so unfulfilled. They've spent so much time trying to be accepted, liked, or loved for being the quote unquote good girl that they've totally lost sight of what fills them up and living in and operating from that space. Something else that makes dreams feel like they're out there in some far, far away land is the fear of failure. We treat failure like it's a death sentence. But this is the part you can't miss. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's the pathway to it. Failure is simply feedback. And lean into this, friend, because this is a powerful reframe. You got to write this one down. Failure is what you do as you learn how to win. Failure is what happens as you experiment, try new strategies and theories. It's how you test out those grandiose ideas. This is the space where you take all the information you know, the ideas you have, and implement them. Your greatest discoveries and gems obtained come from tweaking and gaining new information and insights, implementing and giving it another go until you actually succeed. The road to success is paved with failure. I don't know anyone who's ever won without failing first. We put so much power in failure by the meanings we apply. The mind has a funny way of tricking you into believe that if you lose, then you attach that to your identity. And then you start thinking it makes you a loser, which is not true. It actually makes you in the process of winning. Be oh so careful about what you attach to your identity because failure has no place there. Failure also is like some mythical legend we think of, and we think that it will be the worst of the worst, especially if people see us doing it. But oftentimes, you don't even know what failure really even looks like. Sure, you think if it doesn't work, okay, then it's a failure. Even worse, you start thinking, I'm a failure. But that's actually where it stops. But what you really have to do is play it all the way through. What actually happens if you fail? You try it and it doesn't go the way that you planned. And then what? You actually have the freedom to decide what you do next. Do you rest? Do you take a break? Do you start again? But this time with more wisdom, experience, and grit. You learn, you adjust, and you rise again. Failure is not the end of your story. That's the chapter that actually makes the victory even sweeter. So stop fearing failure and start seeing it for what it is: proof that you are in the arena, living, trying, doing, and becoming. Friend, you know there's more for you: more confidence, more clarity, more alignment. But somewhere along the way, you stopped asking yourself what you really want. And it's time to reconnect, to remember who you are before the doubt, the pressure, and the perfectionism took over. The main character energy journal prompts are your daily invitation to step back into your power, to get honest, to dream boldly, to see yourself again. This is where the identity shift actually begins. Not just with words, but with truth, with self-awareness, with you. Start your journaling journey today and write your way back to the most magnetic, aligned, and unstoppable version of yourself. You are not just chasing your next era, you are being her. Grab the main character energy journal prompts now in the link in the show notes, okay? Friend, the dreams you buried or stashed off to the wayside, they're not dead. They are right where you left them, waiting on you to pick them back up. And if your dreams are anything like mine, you know that lifelong calling type of a dream that just won't leave you alone, always looming around, you can take as long of a break as you want and it'll still be right there. So, what is that big dream of yours? What's that dream that won't leave you alone, even if you wanted it to? Grab your journal and write this down. If I knew I couldn't fail, what would I dream for myself? And just let it flow, like Tony Braxton said. I'm talking about no edits. Don't shrink it to fit into someone else's expectations. Just write the raw, unfiltered truth of what you want. That's your audacious dream calling you back. And something that doesn't get talked about enough are new dreams. Sometimes the dream that you had at 10 years old or 20 years old or even last year might not be the same dream you hold now because you've outgrown them. And that's okay. Maybe they no longer feel like home and they don't represent your growth, or they just no longer represent the desires that you have anymore. Dreams grow as you do. They're not supposed to stay frozen in time. So just remember, a dream that no longer fits isn't a failure. It's proof you've expanded. You are allowed to dream a new dream. So, what is that dream that makes your heart sing? Now, friend, I don't want to just tell you to dream bigger and leave you hanging. You know, I'm all about giving you something tangible, something you can carry with you. That's why I created what I call the dream alignment method. And it's something that I typically only do with clients, but you know what? We friends up and through here, so I'm giving it to you too. And this isn't just about fantasizing. It's about aligning your dreams with your heart, your wholeness, and your next level. It's 7 keys to reviving old dreams or sparking brand new ones. And they're going to change the way you see what's possible for you. So here we go. Number 1, permission to want what you want. Your dream starts with permission. You don't have to justify it, shrink it, or explain it away. If you want it, and that's enough. A journal prompt I want you to really dive into is, if I didn't feel guilty for wanting it, what would I claim? So beautiful. Spend some time with that one, friend. Okay, number 2, clarity beyond the shoulds. So many of our dreams are really borrowed expectations. The degrees, the jobs, the titles, the houses, that all looks good on paper, but it doesn't actually light you up. Revitalizing your dream means stripping away the shoulds until you find the spark that's yours. So ask yourself, does this dream feel like freedom or pressure? And number 3 is self trust over strategy. Listen, strategy has its place, and I love me some good strategy, honey. But dreaming requires faith in you. You don't need to have every single step mapped out because, truth be told, you probably change it anyway at some point. But, friend, you are the strategy. You need to know you're going to figure it out along the way. So, take this mantra with you and hold it safe to your heart. I trust myself to walk into the unknown. Number 4, redefine failure and success. Failure is feedback. It's not proof that you're not capable. It's actually proof you are in motion. Hallelujah. Success isn't just the end result, it's every bold step you take along the way. So say this out loud: failure is what I do as I learn how to win. Mm, we need a t shirt with that. Number five, simply put, is expansion, not perfection. A true dream stretches you without suffocating you. It expands your identity, your joy, your capacity. If your dream feels like a straitjacket, it's not your dream. It's just a role that you've outgrown. So check in. Does this dream make me feel more alive or more confined? Number six, connection to something bigger. The dream isn't just about you, it's about the ripple effect. When your vision elevates your life and uplifts others, it becomes unstoppable. Your wholeness will always inspire wholeness in others. So take a moment of reflection. Who else will rise when I rise? Ooh, that is so beautiful. Now, no matter where you are in relation to your dream, here are the two tangible things you can do to touch the dream today. Yep, you know it. Your favorite self love two step. We love us a good two step, honey, because it's easy. Everyone can do it, and it always gets the party started. So, number seven is that two step, the self love foundation. Every dream demands energy, worthiness, and belief. If you don't love yourself, you'll sabotage the dream. Self love makes your dream sustainable. It is the root system that lets it grow. So here's how you can start embodying this today. Step number one, name the dream. Write down one dream you've been shrinking, shelving, or seeking to design. Get honest with yourself. What do you really want? If nothing comes to your mind right away, no worries. Dreams don't always show up in a single lightning bolt. Sometimes they unfold as you write, journal, or talk it out loud. The act of expression creates clarity. Clarity comes through curiosity, not pressure. You don't figure out your dream by sitting there stressing, "What's my purpose?" No. You find clarity by getting curious, exploring, and following what sparks joy, energy, and aliveness. So take it easy on yourself. Grant yourself some grace and allow yourself the space to connect back to you and the desires of your heart today. And step two, take the micro move. Decide on one small action you can take this week towards that dream. It could be researching, journaling, sharing it with a friend, or even just saying it out loud to yourself every day. That's it. Just two steps. Name it, move it forward. That's how you build momentum without overwhelming yourself. The self love two step is meant to get you in motion. And we both know it takes many steps to bring a dream to life, but sometimes getting started is the hardest part. So take these two steps and build on them. This week, your main character move is to put your self love two step into action. Name the dream, take the micro move, then watch that energy start to expand. This isn't just some cute little theory, it's a roadmap and it's yours. Because, friend, your dream isn't gone, it's alive, it's waiting, and it's yours to claim. Confidence isn't a vibe, it's a decision. Let's build it. You become confident by embodying it right now. And I've got just a tool to help you do exactly that. The main character confidence checklist is your free glow up guide to help you walk in rooms more confidently, speak up louder, and show up like the star you are. It's simple, it's powerful, and it works because confidence isn't about faking it. It's about remembering who you are. Download the checklist now using the link in show notes, and baby, don't just check the boxes, own them. Now, let me pour into you real quick. Friend, listen, you don't have to shrink to be loved. You don't have to settle to be safe. You don't have to downsize your dreams just to make other people comfortable. You were created to expand, to grow, to shine, to dream so big. It makes fear nervous, okay? And the truth is, when you give yourself permission to dream bigger, you give every woman watching you permission to do the same. When I close my eyes and think about the future I'm rooting for, it's not just about success, my brand, or even this mic. My dream is so much bigger than me. I dream of women everywhere, standing tall, unapologetic, radiant, women who are happy, healthy, and living in their wholeness, women who have stopped measuring themselves against impossible standards and started measuring themselves against their own joy. I see women who are deeply in love with themselves, not in a shallow, surface level kind of way, but in the way that says, I know my worth. I honor my body now. I protect my peace. I trust my voice. I love who I'm becoming. I see mothers modeling self love to their daughters so they grow up knowing they don't have to shrink. I see wives bringing their full, authentic selves into their marriages so love feels expansive, not restrictive. I see women in their careers walking into rooms with confidence, no longer asking for permission to take up space, but owning that they belong there. Now imagine the ripple effect if women everywhere lived like that. Families would feel more loved, communities would feel more peace, workplaces would feel more creativity and collaboration. The world would feel lighter and brighter because women finally stopped carrying what was never theirs to hold. That's my dream. A world where women thrive in their wholeness, where joy isn't something they chase, it's something they embody, where confidence isn't an act, it's their natural state of being, where they are so full of self love that it spills out into everyone around them. And here's the most beautiful part, this dream isn't a fantasy. It's already unfolding. Every time a woman decides to stop settling and believes in what's possible for her, just you being here, listening to this podcast is proof it's happening. We are dreaming together in action, and ain't no stopping us now because we're on the move. Now, place your hand on your heart and tell me if your heart isn't bursting with joy, because it's not just a figment of our imagination. This is what's possible, and it's possible for you. You know, the most dangerous lie you've ever been told is that your possibilities are limited, that there's a ceiling, that you're only allowed to go but so far and no further. You already know this, but let me remind you, the possibilities for your life are infinite. They expand with your belief. They multiply when you move. They rise to meet the woman you are willing to become. There is no cap like the kids say. There's no ceiling, no limit, only what you've been conditioned to believe. So lean into this. The possibilities are everywhere, flowing all around you, waiting for you to lift up your hands, open them, and receive. So stop counting yourself out and start counting the endless ways life is ready to meet you with more. Your possibilities don't live out there somewhere. They live within you. They are written in your deepest desires, your wholeness, your audacity to dream again. And when you choose to believe in possibilities instead of limitations, that's the moment your whole life shifts. Every time you dream bigger, you stretch your capacity to receive. Every time you say yes to yourself, you unlock a new doorway you couldn't see before. So stay open, stay expectant, stay available to the blessings and breakthroughs lining up for you, because infinite possibilities don't show up for the woman who's closed off. They reveal themselves to the woman who's ready to receive them. Your only job is this: to believe they exist and get open enough to let them in. My beautiful, sweet friend, you are not too much, and you are not asking for too much. You are asking for exactly what you were created for. So let's stop settling. Let's remix the roles. Let's pick those bold dreams back up and dare to believe in them again. Because when you do, you don't just change your life, you shift the entire atmosphere around you. So today, remember this: failure doesn't define you, settling doesn't suit you, and your dreams are not too much. They are exactly right for the woman you're becoming. So keep going, keep dreaming, keep rising. Now go out there and dream bold enough to scare you a little bit. That's the sweet spot. That's where the magic lives. In the words of a famous nursery rhyme, life is but a dream. So you might as well live the life you dreamed of. And just like that, queen, another layer of your glow up activated. But don't just listen, live it. Because main character energy isn't just a vibe, it's a decision. And you just made it. Want to keep this energy going? If something in today's episode hit home, don't keep it to yourself. Fix another queen's crown. Share it, review it, or send it on with love. Whatever feels aligned. Your words, your stars, they help this message reach even more hearts and many more glow-ups. When you share this show, you are not just spreading encouragement, you are reminding another woman she always had the power. We are rewriting stories, raising standards, and showing the world what empowered love really looks like. So remember, when you show up for you first, everything else aligns. Until next time, walk in your power, love out loud, and keep showing up like the main character you were born to be. Say it with me now. I am the main character of my life. I lead with love and I rise on purpose. All right now, friend, let's go. Your era isn't coming, it's arrived. And you already know how we do it around here. We don't settle, we shine. All because together we can encourage over everything.